Hi everybody, let's in this video introduce fiscal policy by looking at government spending and taxation, the different types of both and the reasons why both are used in the economy. Let's start by looking at government spending. There are four different types or groups of government spending. First of all is current spending. That's the day-to-day spending on public services, maintenance of public services, and also paying public sector wages. You then have capital spending. That is government spending on infrastructure projects, whether it's new infrastructure projects or big upgrades to existing infrastructure. You have welfare spending. This is government spending on benefits and pensions in the economy. And then you have debt interest spending, the cost for the government of servicing debt interest. Only debt interest spending does not increase AD. That's a non-productive form of government spending. All the others, either directly or indirectly, will increase AD. Why do governments tend to spend money in the economy? Well, first of all, to influence the macroeconomy. We're going to learn this later in the playlist as expansionary fiscal policy. But higher government spending, we know, increases aggregate demand. In a recession, that could be very useful, boosting economic growth, reducing cyclical unemployment, and also if inflation is below the target rate, it can raise inflation back towards the target, also can help fight against deflationary pressures in the economy. Government spending can also help to reduce income inequality. For example, welfare spending, government spending on benefits and pensions, raising disposable income for those on low incomes in the economy. But also government spending can help to correct market failure. Think of policies like subsidies, state provision, also advertising campaigns. That kind of government spending we've learned already in my year one micro playlist can help to correct key market failures, either encouraging more consumption, more production of goods and services if there are positive externalities, or maybe government spending on negative advertising aiming to reduce consumption that way. What about taxation? Well, there are two different types of taxation. You can have indirect tax and you can have direct taxes. Indirect taxes are expenditure taxes. They're actually levied on firms. They increase their cost of production, but they can be transferred to consumers. As expenditure taxes, these taxes are paid simply when a good or a service is sold. There are two forms. You can have specific indirect taxes. That's a tax per unit sold. So no matter how many units you're selling, each unit has the same value of tax. So good examples of that: cigarette duty. Duty just means tax. That'll be a tax per pack of cigarettes. Alcohol duty, sugar tax. Fuel duty, a tax per litre of fuel, for example. Also APD, air passenger duty. But you can also have ad valorem taxes. These are percentage taxes, a tax as a percent of the final price of the good or service sold. Good example of that is VAT. That tends to always be a percentage rate. Interesting with ad valorem taxes. Now, even though the percentage rate might be exactly the same, take VAT, the higher the price, the more revenue the government is going to earn, because simply a percentage of a high price is going to be a high number, whereas a percentage of a low price is going to be a low number. So revenues earned by the government can change depending on the actual price of the good or service if you're working with an ad valorem tax. Whereas direct taxes are taxes on income, hence they're direct. They can't be transferred to anybody. So taxes on income are what? Well, income tax, corporation tax are very obvious examples. Workers have to pay income tax, firms have to pay corporation tax. And why is taxation often used in the economy? Well, the main reason: to raise government revenue in order to fund key public services and anything else that the government wants to fund. Maybe it's welfare spending. Whatever it is, taxation can raise that government revenue. Taxation can also help to influence the macroeconomy. We know already that direct tax cuts can help to boost aggregate demand again in a recession. Very helpful to boost growth, to reduce unemployment, to bring inflation back up towards target, to fight against deflation if that's a concern. But also higher rates of taxation can also help to cool the economy down. So if we're in a positive output gap situation, if inflation is far beyond the target, higher rates of taxation by reducing AD can help to cool the economy and bring inflation back down towards the target rate. At the same time, raising taxation can also be very helpful in bringing down budget deficits and bringing down the national debt, in promoting more sound, stable and sustainable government finances. Taxation can also be used to help bring down income inequality, to help to redistribute income. So for example, increasing taxes on high income households in a progressive income tax system will help to lower their disposable income. The revenue earned can then be used to maybe fund benefits or something to increase disposable income for those on lower incomes. In that sense, helping to redistribute income. But also reducing tax rates on low income households, can help to raise their disposable income, bring down income inequality that way, and also reducing regressive taxation can help to reduce income inequality. Taxation can also help to fight market failure. Think when there are overconsumptions, overproductions taking place, indirect taxes can help to increase cost of production, increase prices, and bring down those overconsumption, overproduction issues, help to get quantity back to the social optimum that way. But also for protectionist reasons, tariffs are taxes on imports that raise the price on imports to protect domestic producers from foreign competition. So that, guys, is your introduction, brief intro to fiscal policy, looking at government spending and taxation. Stay tuned for the next video when we go into different types of taxation systems. Crucial video that. I look forward to seeing you then, guys.